I was confident that I could adapt to COVID. After all, I spent a decade stuck at home because I was extremely ill. Staying at home while in better health would be easier than when I stayed at home because I was unable to do anything else. For most of COVID, I flourished. Online programming included me in my community. My illness and disability were easier to work around in virtual spaces, and built environments no longer limited me. I tried new things. I made new friends. All the while, others were complaining about not being able to go bowling. The springtime was supposed to bring me relief from the measures of isolation needed in order to protect against Omicron. Now in-person events outnumber virtual opportunities. And again, I am excluded because my body does not have the fortitude to learn to live with it. We were all in this together when the platitudes benefited everyone. But now that thoughtfulness is no longer required for everyone to stay well, we can see that everyone being in this together was a choice that those with health privilege no longer must abide. Our group speak was disingenuous. The precarious were only incidentally included during the last 2 years. I am disappointed that people care so little about their neighbors that they would refuse to wear masks. I am disgusted that so many people have been designated as disposable because they need to wear masks. People have merit beyond enriching landlords and making widgets. We are neither crop nor livestock, only useful for feeding those who want to farm resources. We deserve to be held in the same regard as everyone else. We are worthy of dignity and deserve to be able to select our own produce without risking our lives. The disabled and the chronically ill are weary. We were exhausted long before COVID. Our poverty is through no fault of our own, and now our poverty becomes exponential. Skyrocketing prices are a shared reality, but there are no tax incentives for those too poor to go anywhere or build anything to mitigate costs. We cannot endure the same burdens that the middle class report as compromising their way of life. We work hard to surmount barriers every day. We need a disability benefit to lift us out of poverty. But instead, we are expected to beg at food banks as our politicians wear pristine work boots and hand us parcels of pasta during a pandemic. Why do they insist on keeping us poor while feeding us their pity as they smile during photo ops at food banks? We were poor before COVID, but we are poorer now. An income that approaches minimum wage seems like winning the lottery. When the poverty line is seen as a windfall, we need to stop taking pride in our society. A wealthy country should not punish those who have no choice. We should be afforded dignity in life, not just dignity in death. Our country should be ashamed of the effort required to look the other way as disabled Canadians get swallowed up whole. The suffering of people with disabilities should not be the acceptable cost of becoming a wealthier country. The indifference to our plight is barbaric. Our hopes for equity are exhausting. The platitudes are tiresome. The platitudes are so insulting. The platitudes are just lies. We are in the same storm, but not the same boat. I was confident that